So, well, welcome to the podcast. For the people who are just coming in and tuning in our live stream, this is part of a series that Roots Photography is setting up. So, I want to welcome you to my podcast. Small
hmm
introduction about the podcast. This is a podcast about social media. Every time we explore some topics and some ways on how to grow your social media. Um, because nowadays there are so many platforms. So where do you start? What kind of content do you produce? And what do you post? Like those are all questions that you have to deal with when starting on social media. So every week we try to dive, or every edition we try to dive into these strategies. And well, I want to introduce you as my first podcast guest. And let me provide an introduction for you, and then you can you react to that and
Yeah.
correct any mistakes
L-
about the
Let people
introduction.
people know what you know about me.
So, uh, Slava, you have a background as electrician, right?
Yeah.
From that you transitioned into the creative field. You are working now completely as a freelance or a cameraman, but you're also a video editor. Or
Yes.
worked on projects like the Voice of Russia. You did a big project in Georgia where you
Uh-huh.
were one of the main
Yeah. I
cameramans.
recorded music clips. Yeah, four music clips for
Okay,
Vestina.
yeah, that was great. That was awesome. Your favorite tools actually are Premiere Pro and After
Yeah,
Effects,
kind of.
and
I
and
should
your favorite
switch to DaVinci
platform.
though.
You have switched already to DaVinci
No,
Resolve.
no, not yet. I'm close to it.
Okay, but it will come in the future for sure,
hmm
or not. That's all fine. It's a tool. And about social media, if we are diving into it, like your favorite platform, what I guess is your favorite platform is Instagram.
Yeah, it is Instagram because what I record mostly is travel videos or
Yeah.
sometimes lifestyle shooting, yeah, for girls or for some group of people. So I also record this like flying dresses videos, and yeah, they get viral. So yeah, Instagram is the main thing for me, but let me tell my story a little bit.
Yeah,
Windows Movie
sure.
Maker.
Introduce yourself, like correct anything about the introduction. If I got something wrong with Slava Lagoykin.
Yeah, you know, part of my this will be a short version. When I was in school, I was doing Windows Movie Maker edit. I love that so much, just this music and the beat. So it's like have this much cut with music. And after that, I just learned a lot of programs like After Effects, find some another program like Producer, make like beautiful slideshows. Yeah, but it's very old. And then I got to study in Kazan as an electrician. I still continue to learn video editing and, and yeah, so it's never go out of my sight. And how I come to the Instagram and the social media. Actually, I had like four accounts before, but they was like just for fun. You post some useless thing. But then I was in China. The story when I quit my job as an electrician and went to China. So I start Instagram because I was feeling that it will help later anyway. Because in China is closed country, you use VPN to use it. But anyway, I start posting just my works on Instagram, and I didn't know much that time. Now, yeah, I will make another page, another stories, another description. Everything is different level. That's it. Me.
So, so that's so interesting. Like you're talking about you worked as an electrician, but you did a lot of things for fun. You set up your Instagram and your productions for fun on the platform. You worked in China for where you also
hmm
produced your work. So, what are some things that
Correct.
you
Yeah.
did back then that you would absolutely do different when you would start a new channel? What are some of the things you would really change?
Oh, really change. I will put more of myself because it's so important now to see the real person who is behind of it, maybe more backstage. Yeah, I would definitely post more of that. I will not hire assistant who will bring like many Indians followers. It's not good.
Yeah.
No,
So no,
no cheat, no cheating. Sure.
dive deeper into these two things because like what I see is a lot of creators, and I'm also struggling with that myself sometimes. I think a lot of people are struggling putting themselves forward on their Instagram channels. People are interested in your work, obviously, but they're often also just as interested in the person behind the camera. Like who is this person making it? What is the creative process? How is this person thinking about interested in you? And like I see a lot of creators shying away from the camera. It's something you hear that so often. Like I like to be behind the camera, not in front of the camera. Like, and that's the main
Hmm.
thinking way of thinking. There's often, not always, of course. Why do you think it's so important to be in front of the camera? And what happens when you put yourself more in front of the camera?
Now I just had this idea that Instagram is so like open network and people shared before their feelings, and now people don't want to hire just a worker. They want maybe some deeper connection, better quality. What are you doing? Yeah, show me the truth.
This I read about this. One idea is like people are uh, communicating easier with a person. So if you just hide behind your camera and you're hiding behind your own brand, and it's harder for people to get like a connection because they're just talking with the Slava Loikin or photography brand. And instead, when you show yourself in front of the camera, they get the face, they get to connect with your emotions when you're smiling in front of the. So it's more they're
Hmm.
talking with an actual person, which is the goal on social media, right? That just having fun and sharing, connecting with each other.
You're just matching. Yeah, you see the common values. For example, you can make this is a tip for Instagram. You can show something from your daily life. You like the coffee, so every day you like take a picture of coffee, you say something, you ask a question about it, and people will like it. Yeah, yeah, you see. So last thing I did this exercise training. So I did morning exercise for 30 days and I put every morning this story. And this was fun for me and for other people.
Yeah, yeah. Story also on the new app, the new Threads app. Before you could still post, before they blocked you and blocked everybody from non-USA user. It's fun. It's relatable. It's positive energy as well. That's great. By the way,
Mhm.
so we're doing this on Instagram. If you have any questions on growing your social media, at the end of this episode, we're going through the question, studying a little bit how you can explore and how you can see the questions and the comments. But be sure to send us a message if you're interested, and we try to go over these questions, see if we can answer them. Maybe we can't.
Yeah,
So,
it's cool.
but it's always
And people
interesting to have
watching,
them.
they can ask there.
All right, so that's interesting. And you said another thing. You said don't hire any assistants to follow your social media. What's the story there?
Because I was in China and I was busy with shooting other projects, I didn't have much time for Instagram, so I just hired her so she grow at least my followers. Yeah, and now I have many Indians. I still like deleting some account.
It's so interesting that you say that because at the moment I'm managing like this social media uh, uh, platform for a customer. They they have the same issue basically. Like they for 1 year they outsourced it to a digital marketing company, and now they're having like all these fake profiles. Well, like I've got my ideas, but what is your idea about it? That it's important to not do that.
Are you asking what is important to do now on Instagram?
Yeah, but like if you are not, why is it important to not outsource your digital marketing or let someone else grow your Instagram account on non or and boosting non-organic growth?
Yeah,
Why is that so
yeah.
important?
We should talk. We should talk about reels then. Everybody talks about that.
So,
With, with,
so isn't
with
is it better to do it yourself and put yourself in front of the camera through reels maybe or through to have some real genuine people that are interested in you about what you do. So, yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's a
every
better
person
strategy.
to show themselves, yeah, and show their expert side of their job, and it's pretty interesting to watch, and it will lead to more customers, not just viewers. There is like few types of content you can produce. One first is just enjoy watchable things. It's something beauty, sunset, I don't know, water, or you're doing exercise, time lapse. Yeah, people just like watching it, spending time. Another is expert reels. Yeah, when you share the values. But you should make reels with also strategy. Like you start with, hello, my name is, this is what I do, blah, blah, blah. No, it's like a book. Your reel should be interesting. Have a title first, then a hook, a question that people will think about. Then you can introduce yourself, number three, and four, you make call to action. This is a secret of good reel, and also captions.
Okay, I'm listening because you're giving away like all the secrets and the strategy behind creating like
Some other
continuous reels. Okay, that's interesting that you say that. So basically, when you are creating content, do it with a strategy. Do it about something that's inspiration. Open with a caption or a header. Make sure it has a story and end with a call to action. Give your viewers something to do after that if they want to learn more or to find.
yeah, at least subscribe or put like or write a comment. And I would suggest to put some time in production. Really think about background, your face, your light. At least, yeah, if you put more time, you will
Can you
have
give an
better
example?
content.
Can you give an example for the viewer? What would be the ideal reel? And as an
Uh-huh.
example to tell this story to create some caption and take your viewers with you. Like, what would be the ideal reel?
It
And
depends
by the
actually
way,
on,
we will link your ideal reel below later when we finish with this podcast,
oh man,
if you have it.
ideal reel. It should be something creative, I guess, but I cannot like make you one right now. You see, I want to. So first, maybe you can play to
Okay.
yourself, like two actors look like this, like
Yeah, sorry for putting you on the spot like that.
talking head. I guess talking head is good, but also with some background shot. I mean, we have me speaking about some idea I want to show, and we have pictures showing this, and the whole video, your, how to say, what is catching, Jim? Attention,
Let's see. Yeah, it
catchy.
needs to be like what I always think is like it needs to have some kind of hook, right? A hook in the first 2 or 3 seconds that viewers might want to learn more about. So, for example,
This is what you
this is a
asked,
podcast
actually. So
about how to grow on social media. How can you grow on social media? If you're interested in that, watch this podcast. People and
yeah, ask a
play
stupid
with you.
question. Is the podcast really helping? Can you do podcast alone with your phone? I think that will be interesting to talk later.
Yeah, that's an interesting topic as well because we are exploring that at the moment. How can you record podcast? Okay, so to get back to to the main story, like you really like Instagram. Out of all the platforms, like you have Facebook, you have Twitter, you have Threads nowadays, you have and well, like a lot of platforms, but Instagram always had your heart. You were the person that introduced me to Instagram, like a main platform. 3 years ago, when I
Mhm.
visited you in Georgia, you taught me Instagram, and but like
Okay.
I think it's relatable for a lot of people that Instagram is hard to use as an app. It works against you. It's and you can't operate it on the computer. A lot of cons on Instagram, but it's still a big platform. What do you particularly like about Instagram?
Okay. Okay. This is certain circle of people, first of all. The viewer, maybe they have this like kind of same age and they like this engaging I guess Instagram is for photographers and videographers. Other jobs also now on Instagram. First of all, yeah, we are starting creating and showing good contents, and almost no hate on Instagram. I mean, they blocking it, and this is good environment.
All right, all right. It's a nice platform. It started as a platform for photographers to show off their most and beautiful photos. Now it focused more on video. That's why reels are starting to get so much more important. You just told me about how to create a perfect reel, and I think that's a question that a lot of people are struggling with. Like, we need to do something with these reels because they're hot. Now it's a platform that also is super important for all the persons that want to sell something. It's broader. Instagram is changing. So super interesting. And at least 3 years ago, I don't know how it is now. You told me I'm getting a lot of work from Instagram. So could you share it? You shared to me 3 years ago that you are getting like a lot of work from Instagram.
Okay.
How do you use Instagram to connect with your customers?
Okay. What I do actually, I'm not using only Instagram. When I go to a new country, yes, Instagram is the name for me. I'm like changing location and the name, maybe some discrete, but also I'm using Facebook and TikTok as well. Sometimes, yeah, because every piece of content should be posted on every possible platform.
Okay. Yeah, true. You need to repost, repurpose the content that you're making and post it like on different platforms. So actually, you're telling me now Instagram isn't your main platform. You are using a strategy to post it on as many different platforms as you can. True.
Yeah, it's kind of networking. I go like to meet people outside, show them my main Instagram, also run ads sometimes on Instagram, do collaboration, giveaways on Instagram. So many interesting things that leads to grow. Yeah.
All right. So can you share a little bit like when you are posting on the platforms, what platform works best for you? What is the number one platform for you that generates the most engagement? Let's put it like that. That creates the most engagement.
Definitely give me more engagement. Last time I made this cool video with drone shots of Georgia because the music is very tricky there. And first few shots is like totally incredible with title, everything catch the attention to watch the full video.
Cool.
Most important beginning, yeah, make maybe fast cuts in beginning, show the most beautiful scenes. Color grade, of course.
Okay.
CapCut. Yeah, we will switch to app maybe next one.
Okay, so that's part of my question. If you have to recommend, because we are talking so easily about just filming and editing and putting it out there, but like, what are your favorite? What if someone wants to begin with content creation or put in more of an effort? What are the best tools people can use?
It's just depends on their ability to learn something, to create something. I just thinking if you have bad camera, just download some footage. I don't know, learn editing program. So I would suggest, yeah, learn CapCut, learn basic of your phone to get the best quality your phone or iPhone can make. Record some reels with a natural light with no back shadow. This can be expert reel or self-introduction.
All right,
So
all
in
right.
front of camera, yeah.
So a good camera, all right. Cut.
Mhm.
Phone software can be really good, can be quite good as well.
Yeah,
Um,
clean
and
the sound as well.
CapCut is such an amazing piece of software, right? That has came in the block like only 1 year ago or 1.5 year ago. I only heard about it recently, like only 1 year ago. But now it's able to generate subtitles, do color grading. It has a desktop
It's
version, and the
crazy.
important it's for free, all right? So
And
It's
it's
quite amazing.
Chinese. It's Chinese made, so people make TikToks and upload there, so they are also connected.
Oh, that's
I just learned that,
awesome.
yeah,
Awesome.
yesterday.
Yeah. Another thing, you were talking
Ah,
about network distribution. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I had this idea we should make this video tutorial with you, like how to make your first reel. Where we show like take your phone, this is the light, and we show the editing.
Yeah. That's a great idea for sure. Like, but yeah, great topic to explore further. Like, because I think reels are really interesting. Like for strategy, I did for an event company here, organizing events every week on a night, and we're organizing salsa dance nights. We implemented like a strategy of posting 4 times every week, and with one reel
Mhm.
every week. And the reel didn't need to be special, but needed to have display like this feeling of connectivity, fun, people dancing with a call to action, like you say. We're in every reel, we end it with a call to action, like check the next dance night. It can be as simple like that. This is the event calendar for upcoming events. And these reels got more engagement, more views than all the other posts together. So that's actually how important reels are. Um, uh,
But
that also brings me to
what
the next. Yeah.
about reels and posting the I just watched like this big guy. He's like Russian, but expert in reels, and he's saying it's so valuable to create maybe every day this reels because you like put it in a basket, and later maybe a few days it will have so much potential. So it's like you're sleeping, your reels working, but maybe your plan when you do like 4 posts and reels not as often is also cool. Like to people will wait for these reels.
Yeah, that's interesting
I don't
because
know.
you were talking about the strategy before, right? It's important to have a strategy behind it, and as long as you have a consistent strategy about what you are producing, it'll yeah, there's no good way or bad way. At least it's consistent about what you are communicating about.
Yeah, it's
I
this
also read about
for
this way that you create reels in terms of that you handle it as your stories. Like, and if you create short stories, you just make reels out. There's also a way,
really.
but it's
So every
important
day
if
you do
I
reels and then make a reel out of that. Easy.
don't make it such a big thing. Like it's important to get the message out there, but don't make such a big thing about it. Making every reel perfect, as long as it captures like the display you and something about the product you're making or the service you're offering, just put it out there. A reel doesn't need to be perfect.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Make it fun, make it engaging.
Yeah. So we
Cool.
were talking about distributing. Something I want to pick your mind on. You are distributing content about across multiple social media platforms. Are you
Yep.
doing that like all by yourself, or by yourself, like logging in into these platforms, or are you using tools?
Yeah, this meta tool can be helpful to post on Facebook and Instagram at the same time, and it can plan your post. Yeah, this is good, but sometimes I do different posts. For Facebook, I put this picture with this description, get more views. On Instagram, can be paid ad, so it will be different with the top.
All right. Yeah,
Mhm.
interesting because like you have different tools. Meta offers like the option to handle your Facebook and Instagram together and plan out your content, even offers. I personally have been using Metricool, which is free for at least one brand and also allows you to plan across multiple platforms like TikTok, YouTube is included, Twitter is included, and also Facebook and Instagram. I might do a topic on that later. That's it. But so as number one tool, at least you are mentioning like use the meta option for.
Cross platform. Yeah, it's a good one.
Okay, and that's also for free for the people who are watching. These are completely free tools. So one, we have CapCut. It's completely free. You only have to pay for some premium features, but it has a desktop version. It's completely free actually, and has the most basic. And to use the Meta, the Meta action for Facebook and Instagram to
And another
platforms, which is also free.
to add to your list, it's Lightcut. I guess it's also from Chinese. And I guess it has AI in the app, so it's great editing for you. If you have good footage,
Light
films,
cut.
Lightcut, easy, yeah.
What kind of AI features are we talking about?
I don't know. I just put like the video, I edit draft version in this app, and it's cut it in a beautiful way to make this effects and correction very eye
All
catching.
right, interesting stuff. All right, cool. Would love to see more about that. We're all already something like 30 minutes in. I want to
Yeah.
conclude it a little bit. I still have like some important questions that I want to discuss. So when we're rounding things up, what would be like some elemental tips that you would give for people who are just starting on social media or they just want to step up their social media games? What are some important tips that you would tell them?
Yeah, but first of all, we definitely should show our work. So I would suggest, yeah, just post, go, share, and you can watch other good accounts that you like, that your favorite, and
Watch
try
how others
to
are doing
see
it.
how they, yeah, of course, and just repeat. Make a beautiful grid. So you post wide shot and close up. Just make your page to say in one color scheme way.
Color scheme and design are
Yeah.
some important elements.
So, yeah, you should watch other Reels creator. I think we can put them in a link. Every time I watch them every day, and they give such valuable tips about how Reels could be. And then you watch his Reel, you think, oh, this is the best Reel they can make. It's like so fast, subtitles, good.
Like, let's make this clear. Like, you are not watching other reels to copy them, right? Like, the creative process is always about, like, hey, see what works, see if you find something inspiring from others as well, and see how you can improve it or give your own creative twist towards it in order to just see how you can put your own
That's
story
true.
across the
100%
platform. So a lot of creators maybe feel like, hey, I'm stealing this from someone or something, but you are always giving your own creative twist to it. You're creating something of yourself about something
Mhm.
that works. So there's nothing bad or wrong about that. It's
Yeah,
super important in the
when people just starting, they can be involved more and more. So they, for example, they learned time lapses, the hyper time lapses. So they're filming
yeah.
some objects, they have this beautiful shot, and they stabilize in CapCut, color correct, and wow, this is something cool, creative. Yeah,
Yeah.
just learn.
All right. So if I summarize that, like, it's important to show your work and post consistency, I guess. Like, even if you only show post 2 or 3 a week, make sure that you have a consistent strategy posting. Um, make sure that you have a clear idea about what you're offering, and what kind of the special things are about what you're offering. Try capture the value about that offer that you want to put forward and consistently about that. I will put like a content calendar, a link to the content calendar that I have set up with 13 tips that you can post about if you want to post about your product or service, like behind the scenes or a how-to video, or all of those things are in the content calendar that I have set up already. Uh, Summarize, watch how others are doing things, what others are creating, and try to give your own creative spin to that. If it works for other people and it's engagement, then that's often a content that others will be interested in, as well as when you are creating similar content pieces, and check your color scheme in general. That's what you said, because design is important on getting your message across. Design can make a big difference. All right.
Yeah, I just lost connection
So,
sometimes, but yeah, what
uh,
you said, it was right.
okay. Well, let's hope
Everything is
Instagram
great.
captured this and we can download it later. Okay. And yeah. So that's
That
it. All right.
that's it. Cool.
So do you, if you, yeah, like, um, think we explored the biggest first podcast. Like,
Yeah,
I
it
want
was.
to thank you.
Thanks for having me
Yeah,
here. Yeah,
I want to thank you as being one of my first guests, and I will put a summarize and your link into this. And
definitely.
yeah, thank you
People
for
should, yes, subscribe to my channel and to Jim channel to get more
yeah.
value.
Let's
I
do
will
a call to action, of course. Let's not forget about that
have
for this first podcast.
for
If
sure.
you're interested, like this was one of the first episodes about like how to grow your social media channel. Like we covered some tips, and like if you are interested in following more tips or more podcasts, subscribe to both our channels. We put like a lot of content and with a lot of value on how you can grow yourself. And feel always free to shoot us a message to grow together and to engage together in the
Yeah. And yeah, you will get inspiration, I hope, from my videos, and I want to make these tutorials about how to use iPhone and all these settings because people every time like, oh, it can like lock the focus and exposure. Wow. So it can be useful.
just see, and we shouldn't forget this part. Like in the beginning, we ask to viewers to ask a question, and I've got one question from Fair. So he is asking like, hey, so if I can ask a question about Facebook, many people say Facebook is outdated or whatever. So do we think are the top three reasons to use Facebook uh, with the aim to sell exclusive art online? So what are
Uh,
what are
about
three
Facebook,
reasons
good
why we
question.
should? So actually, this is a very interesting question, because
Mhm.
in my studies, when I use Facebook or when I do the social media management for other companies, there's one company in particular now where I see that even when you a Facebook page with 0 followers, and like maybe a month we grow from 0 followers to 40 followers. But in Metricools, the platform I'm using, Metricools metrics, it comes for that it generates more impressions, more engagement, even with 40 followers, than with an Instagram account that has 400 followers already.
Yeah,
If we
it's
come
still a
back,
platform,
yeah,
Facebook.
it's still an impressive platform.
Just
What is your
remember
take on Facebook?
three good things we take from Facebook. Yeah, engagement first. Yeah, you put something and people see it. Of course, maybe they will be older than the Instagram audience, but still, it's your like chance to get your clients, or they will repost this. You just need to be in the right time and understand what's happening. Sometimes like hateful thing. Or, I don't know, maybe it's in Georgia like this, but comment like, hey, fuck you, or whatever. Still, you can
Okay,
think how your
but
brand
like,
can be.
okay, maybe it has to do with the different audience being present on Facebook. Like the idea that we are having is Instagram is for the young people, Facebook is for the somewhat older people, but it's more about the general family. Like your grandparents might be on there, your parents might be on there, and like it's a broader audience. One thing to consider: why is Facebook still important? It it's not necessarily the question like is it still important, but where is your target audience present? Like of course if you are selling, for instance, if we are selling like video portraits or travel videos, like a lot of people will like, we are selling them for business owners, we are selling them to maybe young people that want to create a portrait for themselves. They would most likely be on Instagram as a young person's platform. But if if you are selling jewelry or a product, you would,
Mhm.
like you said, use multiple platforms, and like your clients might be present on Facebook or TikTok, right? And TikTok makes it so easy to just click and order something as well. So that's always something good to consider.
You can check the all platform, how the things are going with your contents, and then pick the right one. I do everywhere. I like to share.
Yeah. All right. So like that's it.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Do another ending. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. We will link some descriptions below about the tools that we talked about. If you have any questions about this or regards, we're always happy to receive your questions and provide value about in terms of the experiments we did ourselves to see what works and what doesn't work. Subscribe to channel of Slava that's present on everywhere, basically. Subscribe. And if you're interested in getting more tips and valuable content like this podcast, subscribe to my Instagram channel as well. All right,
Sure.
thank you,
Yeah.
Slava, for being.
Thank you. Thank you, Jim. Thanks, everyone. Yeah.